This poem is often quoted because I don't think there's any piece of poetry that's been written which sums up the spirit of the Border Reivers better than this. It's called The Raiders. Last night, a wind from Lammermuir came roaring up the glen, with a tramp of trooping horses and the laugh of reckless men, and struck a mailed hand on the gate, and cried in rebel glee, come forth, my borderer, and ride the march wi' me. I said, O wind of Lammermuir, the night's too dark to ride, and all the men that fill the glen are ghosts of men that died. The floods are down in Beaumont Burn, the moss is fetlock deep. Go back, wild wind of Lammermuir, to Lauderdale and sleep. Outspoke the wind of Lammermuir, we know the road right well, the road that runs by Cale and Jed across the Carter's Fell. There is no man of all the men in this grey troop of mine, but blind might ride the border side from Teviot Head to Tyne. The horses fretted on their bits and pawed the flints to fire. The rider swung them to the south, full-faced to their desire. Come, said the wind of Lammermuir, and spoke full scornfully, have ye no pride to mount and ride your father's road wi' me? Our own horse to the gate they led, foam-flecked and travelled far, a snorting roan which tossed its head and flushed its forehead star. Then came the sound of clashing steel and hoof-tramp up the glen, as two by two we cantered through, a troop of ghostly men. I know not if the farms we fired are burned to ashes yet. I know not if the stirks grew tired before the stars were set. I only know that late last night, when northern winds blew free, a troop of men came up the glen and brought a horse for me. The next song is, it's not an Armstrong song, I'm afraid, it's an Elliot song. No! Because I don't know any Armstrong songs.
Who are they?
The Elliots. Well, it's about the famous Elliot of Lauriston across Newcastle and Wakopshire way. And of course Lauriston was the place where Bonnie Prince Charlie stayed the night on his way south. And it's called Lock the Door Lauriston.
That's it.
If I can hit the right key.
Lock the door, Lauriston, Lion of Ladysdale. Lock the door, Lauriston, louder comes on. The Armstrongs are flying, their widows are crying, and Castletown's burning and Oliver's gone. Lock the door, Lauriston, high, and the weather gleams. See how the Saxon plume bob on the sky. Yeoman and Carbidy, Billman and Halberdier, fierce is the folly and far is the cry. Jock Elliot then raised his steel bonnet and look it, his hand gripped the sword with a nervous embrace. Welcome, brave foemen, and if there are no men more gallant to meet in the foray and chase. Little he know of the hearts I hid and hear, little he know of a moss trooper's might. Lane up and Sorby to Sand up and Milburn too, gentle in manner but lions in fight. Shrill was the bugles, no dreadful the warrior shout, lances and halberds in splinters were born. Helmet and hauberk then braved the claymore in vain, buckler and armlets in shimmers were shorn. See how they wane the proud files of the Windermere, Howard, a woe to thy hopes of the day. Hear the wild welkin rend, while the Scotch sout ascend, Elliot of Lauriston, Elliot for hey. Thank you.
Yes.